It's time for the Daily Stand Up Podcast presented by Agile Dad with your host, Lee Henson. Without any further ado, let's get started.
For all of you in the U.S., I want to kick this off by thanking you for being a part of the Agile Daily Stand-Up Podcast and by wishing all of those in America a very happy Thanksgiving. I know that today's an exciting day, but I wanted to talk to you a little deeper about Thanksgiving, about part that many people aren't necessarily focused on when it comes to Thanksgiving. So I thought it'd be cool to touch on the piece that nobody talks about. So here we go. So the piece that I'm talking about has to do with a story that I heard once, and it was on the news. And it started out with someone who sent an errant text. So it was a guy, I believe, and he sent this text, and the text was sent to the wrong person in error. And he was going through some hard times, and the person that he texted was also going through some hard times. And you'd think that it sounds like one of those love story things, but it's really not. These two people came from completely different walks of life, and one of them was part of a family, and they had all these different people that got together every Thanksgiving to celebrate and to spend time together and to really enjoy each other's company. And a young man who had nothing, who had no one, to spend Thanksgiving with, and he was invited to spend Thanksgiving with his family. And for several years now, they've continued to invite him back to their Thanksgiving ceremonies so that he can feel, that place of need, so that he feels like he can be part of something bigger. Now, I know this is going to be crazy, but I want to extend a challenge to you to make this November a November to remember. And here's what I need you to do in order to do that. I need you to think about a couple of different families, two or three different families that are either neighbors that live near you, like physically, or people that you've had a relationship with in the past that you're close to, or people that are just acquaintances that you'd like to get to know better. And what I'm going to challenge you to do is something interesting. I want you to find a way to go and do a welfare check, if you will, on those families. And I don't just mean give them a call or a text. Stop by and physically greet them and say, hey, I just wanted to check in with you and see how things are going. One thing that I discovered, especially with the holidays upon us, is that there are lots of people who are within families that are struggling or within families that have need. And it really made me sad to discover how many needy families there were, and how few people know about these families or even take the time to try to figure it out. What I've found is that since COVID, that part of the disconnect, part of the people disconnecting with each other was shocking to me, because what it did was it caused people to, there's no other way to put this, but to disengage. And people who are normally very helpful and very upfront kind of hid behind their closed doors, their closed walls, their perfect life, their computer screen. And the people who need the help the most were not getting it. And it was frustrating to me. I mean, I do all I can to help, but I'm only one person. So, my challenge I extend to you is to change this from being one person to two people to 10,000 people to 20,000 people to 200,000 people. And let's see if we can't get a revolution going where we're trying to find a way to uplift or serve someone else, or we're trying to find a way to include someone else, or we're trying to find a way to get past our own personal anxiety and thoughts and find a way to really dig in and help other people be successful and be in line with what their needs are. What I can tell you is it's not always easy. There have been several times where I felt like I wanted to help someone or I wanted to extend myself, and either A, the opportunity may not have presented itself, or B, when the opportunity did present itself, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can go there. I don't know if I can do that. And I think that when we put ourselves in that little bit uncomfortable position, it's going to help us to grow when we learn that we can extend ourselves. And I keep going back to this lady who received a random text and wound up inviting a total stranger to Thanksgiving dinner, only to find that now he's part of their family. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't invite a stranger to Thanksgiving. But what I am saying is find a way that you can lose yourself and serve someone else. Find a way that you can uplift someone. Find a way that you can deliver something that nobody would ever expect. Find a way that you can move people and move past your own fears and get to the point where you are really, really, really extending yourself outside of your comfort zone to make a difference in the life of someone else. And as we celebrate this Thanksgiving, don't forget to write it all down. Keep a gratitude journal, record what you've done, and not for your own self preservation, but to leave a memory behind for others so that they can learn just about what kind of person you were so that they can follow in your footsteps. That's going to do it. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you celebrate and spend time with those you love and those you're closest to. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.